Good afternoon. Brian here in the truck. You riding shotgun for some shotgun leadership talk. All videos are started and stopped with the vehicle in stop position and safe place. For you safety guys out there, it's just you and I talking leadership. I just wanted to do a short video to talk about that person in a meeting who has 100 questions, and not all questions are bad, but you know that the person I'm talking about. They ask questions just to ask questions and disrupt the process, and you have to be very careful that you don't let your emotions and frustration stifle a question, because it could be something you overlook. But if you've been in the room long enough in that leadership position, you kind of get a feeling for the person just asking frivolous questions, ifs and buts, and scenarios that just aren't really relevant to the process or conducive or to achieving your goals. My old master chief used to say to those people, if ifs and buts were candy and nuts, it'd be Christmas all year round. And you get a chuckle, but I guess the meaning behind that was, you can if and but something to death, and a lot of people do. Encourage people to ask relevant questions, and I wouldn't suggest that approach unless you got to be a special kind of person to garner that. I would go the route of explaining to them to keep the questions relevant towards the completion of the task. And for the snipers, you'll find out they're kind of an elevated version of the what if person. I found a way to really neutralize those types of folks is to, and I learned this in instructor development course, you have what's called a parking lot. It's where you put all the stuff that you don't have an answer for immediately, but they're either good questions and you're going to follow up with them, or you're trying to silence someone who's just a cancer in the class. They're just not happy to be there, so they're just going to try to make people's lives as miserable as they are. You still have to deal with them, so I recommend you taking their bullet and just turning it back on them and saying, you'll put that in the parking lot and get, follow up with them later. Whether you do or not, that's going to depend on your style. I would, and I'd also follow up with a small counseling session. That kind of behavior, again, isn't conducive to conducting the mission and is a drag on the team. But don't get in a pissing match with someone at a meeting. If you engage with those sniper type questions, and then there's going to be a back and forth, you're allowing it to take away from the rest of the team and take away from the mission itself. So just press pause, I guess, if you will. Appease them. You have to stroke some people, even say, that's an interesting question. I'm going to have to put that in the parking lot for now, and I'll follow up with you later. So those are a couple tips to dealing with people in meetings. Again, people that ask way too many questions, they easily get off track, they have trouble focusing. And the snipers in the room, you'll have them, and oftentimes they're just not happy to be there, like I said, and they just or they want to draw attention to themselves and show that they have some experience. Usually the people that actually have a lot of experience understand the value of silence as a leader. I'll talk about that in another discussion. But that's all for now. Thanks for tuning in. Hope this helps.